During the last 5 years, the forklift sector has changed considerably, with many customers moving from diesel to electric models. The side loader market is no exception, and Baumann production has changed dramatically to reflect this new reality. Baumann was an early pioneer of electric power, with decades of experience in design, innovation, and implementation. Unsurprisingly, customers considering a switch have always looked for the same performance as their engine models, a sizable challenge for those also needing long run times. One way to solve the issue is by fitting a larger battery, but this means more weight, less satisfactory performance, and lower efficiency. It's for these reasons that Baumann decided to take a different path.
The solution of Baumann is basically different from the solution presented by most of the forklift manufacturers, because Baumann decided, as first manufacturer in the side loader business, to introduce for the first time ever the 120 volt technology. The use of the 120 volt technology in the side loader is probably the main innovation introduced in this sector in the last year, speaking about electric trucks. But the result of the efficiency and of the performance of the Baumann truck is not only due to this application of the 120 volt technology, it is also a combination of many factors. The 120 volt technology, together with the optimization of many parts of the truck, starting from the use of the load sensing pump, LED lights, the fitting of the screw outreach system for the mast, and many other factors which, combined with the 120 volt technology, are providing now for this truck the same performance like a diesel one. This is a typical example of 7-ton 120 volt truck under assembling. We have the chassis, where you can easily recognize the big driving electric motors fitted on the rear axle and well protected by a cover, and when you can also see the big inverter control, particularly made on AC5 model, which allow a very reduced loss of energy. Another important point which deserve to be mentioned because it makes a huge difference in comparison with the previous technology is the use of the powerful electric motors. The fitting of this special powerful motor was not possible by using the traditional 80 volt technology. Or, let's say better, it was possible, but you would have never used all the advantages that they can provide. In the EGX series, from 5 to 8 ton capacity, we are fitting particularly 2 wheels motor on the drive axle, each one by 20 kilowatt power. In the highest capacity truck, like 8 ton, and on the smaller, like 5-6 ton, as option, the electric motor are also provided with S1 type. S1 type means that the max power they can provide can be delivered permanent, without any reduction of the power which was normally used for the traditional 80 volt truck. On the new EGX model, we are introducing a further options, which will be standard in the future, which is the use of the vector control for all electric motors. Thanks to this new development, the control of each electric motor is not only limited to the voltage or to the frequency, but also to the current. It allows to increase the efficiency of the motors and of the truck itself. It doesn't mean that a traditional 48 volt or 80 volt system cannot have 20 or 35 kilowatt power electric motors. They can have, but the motor will never reach the same efficiency that he has on the 120 volt technology. He is equipped also with a regeneration braking system. It allows to send back to the battery the energy created by the braking. It means that every time that you are driving very fast or you are driving down to the ramps and you are braking, this energy produced by the brake is delivered to the battery, providing a small recharge of the battery itself. At the end of the day, particularly when you are having intensive application, it's increase sensitive the daily duration of the battery. This regeneration system is also a control of the brake according with the needs of the driver and according with the environment, for example, the ground condition. On the dashboard of every truck, we have a braking regulator. With this button, we can adjust the force of the braking effect, adjusting automatically either the regeneration from the battery or the force of the brake. For example, during summertime, driving on very dry ground, it is suggested to fit it as a strong brake. In winter time, when you are driving mainly on bad ground condition, on the snow, by adjusting on the soft mode, you can have a good braking effect. At the same time, you adjust the brake to the condition of the ground. We cannot forget to mention the Mast outreach system developed with screw. This system has been developed and patented by company Baumann already 5 years ago and fitted on the diesel truck. The same technology used on the electric is not only improving the movement of the mast itself, but it is also optimizing the use of the energy. Because using this system in comparison with a traditional crossed cylinder, you can save a lot of energy because the oil pressure required for the mast movement is adjusted exactly according with your need. And the driver itself can decide how fast the mast can be moved in and out without any restriction due to the position of the cylinder. The use of the 120 volt technology is allowing not only to reach better performance in terms of battery longevity, battery duration, and battery efficiency, but also in terms of driving speed, in terms of mast outreach speed, in terms of lifting speed.